Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Good news, we are going to take a closer look at the staff. In the upcoming videos we'll go through each of Joachim Meyer's plays for the staff, piece by piece. But before we jump into the individual techniques, I want to clear up a few foundational points. Things that are often misunderstood or frequently asked when we study Meyer's polearms fencing in detail. Point number one, about the nature of polearms in Meyer's system. So, first and foremost, whenever we talk about polearms, we all agree that these are primarily battlefield weapons, designed for the use in formation, on the field, not in duels, Fechtschule or tournaments. So naturally, I often read comments like, that technique would never work in a battle line. There's no room for that. And yes, I get where that comes from. But here's the thing. The techniques Meyer presents are not simply a battlefield manual. They're part of an art form, a complete and sophisticated fencing system. That means some techniques are elaborate, even artistic, and may not even seem practical at first glance. And that's okay, because these fencing manuals, especially from the 15th and 16th centuries, are not pure how-to guides for real combat. They celebrate movement, control, position and mastery. And of course, many techniques are absolutely practical and efficient. But again, many also serve to showcase skill and dominance through control and style, not just brute simplicity. So keep this in mind. First of all, on the battlefield, sure, be efficient, fast and simple. But in the Fechtschule, in a tournament where you have spectators around you, be elegant, varied and show your craft. Yeah, and yes, this is often forgotten in tournaments nowadays, right? Because it's about points. Who cares if I hit someone on the hands 10 times in a row? This is no art. But it's efficient, right? It is for the rule set, not for the showcase, not for the spectators. Or somehow score more points after 7 double hits. Yes, but the sources don't talk about that. They teach art for its art's sake, and at the same time they train you for the serious case. You just have to be able to differentiate. And once you understand the underlying concepts, even the flashier techniques can be adapted for real-world use. You can make big, showy moves more compact and efficient, or leave them out completely and use other. Or add flourish, structure and beauty to simple actions for the spectators. So in short, the art is a toolbox and you choose the tools from or customize them. Okay, and the next point is left hand forward. Why? This is a question I get a lot. Why do you, as a right-handed person, keep your left hand in front when using the staff or spear? So here's my reasoning. When you're using a thrusting weapon, like a long staff or a spear, the key element is the thrust, not the strike. And if you think about it, which hand really controls that thrust? Which hand aims, targets and guides the motion? Exactly, it's the rear hand, the dominant hand, while the front hand acts more as a pivot or an anchor. So for me, having the dominant hand in the back just makes sense. Yes, there are sources where the right hand's forward, especially with weapons like the poleaxe or axes in common, where striking is a bigger part of the system. But here's the point. In those cases, the leading hand needs to deliver the power. Therefore, the dominant hand should be at the front. But what about thrusting with such a weapon? For example, a poleaxe. Is this no longer working properly? Well, of course, it also works with the non-dominant hand at the end of the pole. It's just not so ideal, and the other way around will be better. But there's a very simple solution for it. You just lift the left hand slightly, put it in front with it, going into an oxish position, and boom, your right hand is now at the back guiding the thrust, and your left hand is supporting up front. Simple as that. Alright, so when it comes to where to put which hand, there are ideal ways. However, you should practice both types of grip, because it often happens that you change here for various reasons. But again, it all depends on the context and weapon type. It's a dynamic, individual thing. Just remember a rule of thumbs, which applies basically to all staff weapons. When it comes to thrusts, dominant hand controls and guides, put it on the rear. Strikes, dominant hand delivers the power, put it on front. And if the weapon or your fencing style is super versatile, then your grip should be either. And another good example, you see the same principle for longsword. For all the basic techniques, right hand forward, right? If you're right-handed. For half swording, especially in armored combat or harness fencing, where precision matters, left hand moves forward, right hand stays back to guide. Half sword. And yes, of course, we also thrust with the right hand in front with the long sword. We know all these basic thrusts from plow and ox. But half sword thrusts are much more accurate. Just think about why. And that, in my opinion, is why Meyer consistently shows the left hand forward in his halberd and staff plays. Alrighty, hopefully that clarifies a couple of things. If you want to have a solid foundation for the upcoming videos regarding the half staff or the halbe Stange, I strongly recommend checking out my videos on staff fundamentals. That will give you the base you need to fully appreciate what's coming next. Cool. Thanks so much for watching and listening. I really appreciate your time and support. We will see each other again soon. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and drop a comment if you have questions or thoughts. Take care, guys, and bye-bye.